flash and glitz, bottle girls, as opposed to just bringing a bottle out. You gotta make it shine. You know what I'm saying? And damn, it is amazing. God damn.
In Detroit, they used to have money fights on the strippers. And
Oh yeah.
that was like the biggest thing when I was growing up. So guys, they would have like one stripper and two guys would throw money on her, and the last man standing, wins. So they would just, some of these guys would go for hours just throwing ones on this woman. This woman go home with $20,000, something crazy.
I mean, you see Kim K, she's saying culture goes back to tradition. This is just deviant behavior. It isn't culture. I mean, if everyone could be possible that blacks are forming their own culture as they go here.
Ding, ding.
Right? Like,
yeah, this is a tradition right here.
And what is history? Well, who defines how many years that is? Because we've been having at least 20, almost 25 years of this level of deviancy.
Right.
Is that not culture?
Yeah, does it get baked into the cake? And this is part of the culture, right? I don't know.
I remember being a young boy hearing about Magic City.
Right.
That's black strip club culture.
Right.
And I was a young boy. When I was able to go, I mean, everything that I heard was true.
Well, I guess it would be black entertainment.
Yes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does the culture like to do for entertainment?
Yes.
Okay, they like to go to strip club, men and women. You're going to have men and women in strip clubs.
Yeah, hell yeah. You get politicians, black politicians in the strip club. What the? Crazy.
Yeah, this is definitely a part of, and it's not I do want to say this isn't the major part of black culture, but club life is a part of it is part of the black culture, whether you've been to the club once or twice. Like, there is a different element when you go to an all black club. You get a little bit, you see the chains, you see the rolls of money, big booty bitches, it's
peacocking.
Yeah.
A lot of peacocking.
Not too much dancing, more sizing niggas up, Hey, we gonna rob this nigga afterwards. Yeah.
Most black clubs split the tips amongst the dancers. Where in white clubs, you make your own money except for a tip out. Okay. Hey, Sen, where are you located? I know you say your city is 50-50. I wonder what city is there.
I always thought Sin was a black woman. I don't know why. Good to see you, though.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I see her in some chat all the time. Maybe it's I can't remember where I see her, but I see her quite a bit.
Speaking of the new developing black culture, we'll call it, since it's not culture, we'll call the growing black culture. Another thing that tends to happen within our quote unquote community dynamic is concerts. We love some concerts, and sometimes these concerts, things get a little bit out of control. This is from another content creator, Danica Marie. Some of you may know she has been and I would say she's been in kind of the black relationship space for quite some time. She's built quite a following. She has 192 subs on YouTube. She had an interesting experience last night at the Gorilla concert that she's going to share about right here.
Jamila.
Oh,
We is never going to
move.
Yeah,
Finally.
3 hours.
I mean,
This was I ain't never seen at the factory though. Like that just surprises. You know what? I guess so. Then Crystal said her okay.
This is some ghetto ass
Why
shit.
y'all letting them cars? This is crazy.
Hey y'all.
This
is a mess.
Our lesson. I know my lesson. You ain't got to worry about
It was almost a motherfucking stampede at the Glorilla concert. It was 3 fights. They was bleeding. They was like she was trying her best to say that concert. She was like, "Hey y'all, just calm down.
Yeah,
I can't perform if y'all gonna be fighting. One fight get under control, another one break out, then another one break out. At that point, Jamila was like, "Oh, we gonna go." So we get up and we walk down by the exit. and she keep on performing, and we thinking that it's gonna calm down.
I
It
think
did
hurt
not.
her feelings. I think it hurt her feelings.
St. Louis can't have shit, y'all. At all. Ghetto. And what made it so much more worse is that you would think that by it being in a nice part of town, a nice area, that they would behave themselves. They fucking did not. And I feel like the white people were scared of them. The security looked like they was petrified. Like, oh, hell nah. Y'all, just never again. I am officially an auntie, Jamila. We are the aunties.
I'm done with it.
We done. We done, y'all. That's the same.
Let's wrap it up.
They said it happened at Atlanta, Jamila.
This is my first time hearing about it. And I've never been to a where I just feel like, just like, ooh, don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Oh my
It's
God.
like what Jamila said.
And you know what I think it is? I think it's the demographic. I feel like it was a bunch of young kids out here. It was a mixed crowd. It was a mixed crowd, but I feel like it was just way too many young, immature, rowdy ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? Never again, y'all. Jamila, hit me up when it's a R&B concert. Gospel. I can't do this ratchet shit. I can't.
For a minute, Universal. Stop for a minute, Universal. You notice she didn't say country. Beyonce's ticket sales are suffering. Right? Why shouldn't you say country? R&B and rap, that's what they listen to. Right? And these blacks are behaving so poorly, hell, they ain't gonna be able to have any place to perform. You're only outside festivals and shit. Go ahead. Go ahead, Universe. Play the rest of it.
She was trying to be positive.
St. Louis embarrassed us.
And they just,
St. Louis embarrassed us.
I think Glorilla was shocked.
We so fucking ghetto. St. Louis is ghetto.
Yeah, this it for me. I don't even gotta go to a gospel.
Yeah.
It ain't St. Louis. They be fighting everywhere where these concerts be up, but they didn't have St. Louis just had a string of concerts when nobody doing nothing.
That's true.
Sexy Red was, I didn't hear no.
So that's why I'm saying I'm thinking that it has something to do with the type of crowd that a Glorilla will bring out.
I think
she didn't have no fight.
She didn't have. That's what I'm saying. I think they're on the same level. And Sexy Red, I did not hear of no fights.
Well, maybe it was just a bad.
Sexy Red was at like the Shakey's or the Enterprise Center. And
Sexy Red brought out some people.
Man, she brought out a whole bunch of rappers.
Y'all, they can't. Glorilla said, "I'm sorry, y'all. We shutting this shit down." She said, "I got to." She said, "Safety first." And the thing about it is, they have to. This motherfucker.
No, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Shit. But the thing about it is, she has to shut that down because if people get severely hurt, she can be liable for that.
Hey, Universal, didn't Glorilla perform for Kamala?
Yes, sir. She did.
I thought she did because Kimmy Casey said they went to see a person named Glorilla. Can you have high expectations? For Larry Stanley and all these.
Oh man. Yeah. So one thing I find fascinating so far about this clip, and I'll finish it out. She's pretty much done. Is that they're trying to conceptualize it in the moment, but I don't think that they're being 100% honest. So they're like, it's the crowd, it's the music, it's the young folks,
yeah,
and it's the type of crowd she draw. And then they did a comparative. Well, when Sexy Red was here, they're kind of on the same level, but we didn't have this type of issue. When was Sexy Red there? It's probably colder. You ever think about that?
And maybe they did have issues and she just didn't hear about them.
Exactly.
She wasn't at the concert. Right? I don't think she went to the concert. So, I think she's kind of in the 70% to be brave talks about. You know, she can't be honest with the issue. What is the issue? It's not young people, right? You know, it's the young black kids by and large. The crowd was mixed. Okay, well, who was fighting? Was it a mixed crowd fighting? She can't say that. And she knows the answer, but she can't say it. You know, and and instead of solving the problem, many blacks would just cancel themselves out of participating.
Yeah,
right?
what she said, right?
I'm done.
Not 100%, but she's getting there.
Right.
I'm not doing no more. We're gonna officially become the aunties, aka we'll see y'all when we see y'all.
Right. And so then, the income that they may have spent to support an establishment, it dries up. She probably has more money than some of the young ones in there fighting.
Exactly.
It's just a cycle there.
It all gets connected back to the business, and this is against the country. So when you hear things like blacks are tearing up the country, it might not be a tear up the country, but it is having an impact on so many different areas. And this is economic impact.
Right. And this is a very good example here.
Yeah.
Because I imagine it affects the rappers too, man. Like, I used to look into like the rappers that go for concerts. Bro, the insurance and shit, just the amount of security that they are forced to pay for to come perform in the city, it dwarfs, what Adele would have to pay for. And she's charging higher ticket prices, packing the same arena, with probably a third of the cost in terms of security, so it really affects them too as well.
Absolutely. I think I heard Outkast talk about that before. I was trying to see if I can find a video to talk about the level of insurance that rappers have to put forth just to make their money. And we know that performing is where they make the bulk of their money. It's not record sales. So when a gorilla when she has to cancel her concert, she says, "We're shutting it down, y'all, unstage." That promoter has to make a choice, right? Do I continue to pay her the back end? Because they always get the front end first. Do I pay her the rest because she didn't finish her set? Now you're putting this venue, you're putting this promoter or promoters, and you're putting Gorilla's team at odds because the behavior can't, manifest itself.
Yeah.
So if I own the venue or if I'm promoting, I'm thinking twice about doing anything like this again because I'm gonna lose money on one way or another on this.
Yeah. If they don't put you out of business altogether. Since they're going to see Kendrick and SZA, are they touring as a group now? Kendrick and SZA?
Yeah, they usually pair those two together. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It's the cocoa butter tour. Make sure you guys bring your cocoa butter.
And your RBG flags.
Yeah. Black Lives Matter tour.
Dust off those BLM t-shirts, everybody.
Yeah.
Not like us.
They not like us. Yeah, they not like us. Yeah, I definitely won't be there for that concert, but yeah, it's everybody's looking forward to it. But I do think it is like an age thing too. And these women in this video, I mean, come on, you hear what Glorilla be talking about. What kind of crowd did you think she was gonna have? Like a bunch of here for the tease there? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably a bunch of ratchet young girls. Here for the tease.
Sin is saying that Cardi can't perform because she can't get insurance. Is that true?
I wouldn't be surprised. That might be true. That actually might be true.
Does she perform? When's the last time?
Now that I think about it, I don't know the last time I heard of Cardi B being on tour. That's a good point. How the hell know?
Get insurance, but these men clearly can go get insurance.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be strange if that's true.
Yeah, as I think about just the video clips I do see of Cardi B, she's usually making club like appearances, not necessarily performing. So
yeah, and Cardi's got so many deals, she probably doesn't even really need to do a tour like that.
Okay.
Does she even have enough music to do a tour? She only put out like 1.5 albums.
Yeah,
that might be another part.
How does she stay so hot with so little music?
Personality.
Really?
Yeah, personality. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
she's the perfect.
If you actually watch her social media, like she literally is like a a spokesperson for everything, man. Like she was probably one of the first people I ever heard of with a Fashion Nova deal. You know, like she's got all different types of deals. Cardi B, she's
Really?
very marketable, very marketable. You know, she's a mother too, so that plays into it. You
Mm.
know, she can go from like ratchet to conservative to she's got range.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
She speak the Spanish.
Okay. What did she say? Is she
Oh, her? Yeah, that's her. Yeah. See what I mean? She's marketable, man. Imagine her doing a promo for one of your rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go get this room on her.
Okay. Okay.
Man, you
Yeah.
gotta prove to her if she used music to get famous, and it's lasted a long time, bro.
Yeah.
You can prove to her. Geez, still only one album. Wow. Her passion is shaking her tail, but yeah. It's been almost 10 years.
That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah.
Time flies.
What you got up for the universe?
Yeah. I was just about to say, speaking of your business, I did want you to post that or show that one video, Universal, that I commented in the group chat with the guy. Yeah. The
I got
guy.
you. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. This guy. This is in your ballpark, John. This is yeah. This I definitely want to. This anybody thinking about being a landlord, this might be something that you have to deal with. So be cautious, but don't be afraid, but be cautious. All right.
What the hell is this?
Hey, you got the rent?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hey, it's the 14th. You know it's due on the 1st, right?
Is the win?
On the 1st?
When I pay it, what you talking about?
Hey, you got the rent?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hey, it's the 14th. You know it's due on the 1st, right?
Is the win?
On the 1st?
It's due when I pay it. Fuck you talking about?
Nah.
That's not typical, y'all. All blacks ain't like that.
This can't be culture, John. And if people question you why you do day-to-day pay. This could be John right here. This could be John.
Right.
Get ready to do, motherfucker. Don't pull that falling down the stairs shit again.
I paid. Hung up the door.
Yeah, that shit is, man. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know what it is, but seeing this white woman with her yoga pants on getting the door slammed in her face, I just don't like seeing that, man. I don't know what it is.
You got rent. You got rent. She had to tell her husband about that next time.
Yeah.
If she got one, you know what I mean? He was real, like, flipping about paying her, Damn, 14 days.
This is the moment where she became racist right here. That door was almost closed.
Yeah, this a Trump voter. There's a Trump voter born every day, man. Right here. You see it. This is how they're born.
Clearly, like, this is a small landlord, you know what I'm saying? People always these big landlords, the Black Rocks is buying property. And I told you how the Jared Kushner, like, he'll sue your ass into oblivion if you late on him. This lady can't afford to do that, right? So she just probably done been by his house several times trying to collect the rent. He finally got it on the 14th. But when she's out of the picture, it's either a foreigner or Black Rock, and they will get your ass up out of there much quicker than she'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
And he paid with a Kroger's money order too. I know people caught that.
Shit, I got some around here myself.
Yeah, exactly. It stacks
I
up.
got some money on the grave in my dance.
Look at this nigga. All that weed smoke in there. He making her. Look at all that weed smoke, just ruining her house, man.
He probably didn't want her to see on the inside either. That's probably why he hurried up and slammed the door.
Now these last 3 stories all have a beeline. From the pouring the bottles out to the fightings at the club to this. It's just this I don't give a fuck attitude. Who gonna check me, boo, is what I like to call it.
Before you play at Universal, here's Kimmy Case. She's saying slamming doors in a person's face is definitely not culture. It's a lack of social intelligence on part of the tenant. It is also a part of what we often hear is, I don't give a fuck. I pay it when I want to. I do what I want to. I play my music loud as I want to. And I pay my rent when I want to. That's what he said. And that is becoming part of the culture, in my opinion. That many blacks operate on that. I do what the fuck I want to do. Right?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about nobody else. A lot of blacks seem to operate on, on those grounds.
Yeah. It's the lack of just being dignified or having some sort of morals. Like, you living in this woman's house, like, she's doing you a favor, honestly.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of black folks don't look at it that way.
Yeah, very interesting. No dignity, no doubt.
Yeah. It's no dignity and proud of it too.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
No shame.
No
What you
shame
got?
at all.